Hi, Ron Achenbach here, and I have parenting rule number 5. And parenting rule number 5 is saying yes means saying no. This particular rule has as much to do with you as it does your child. This is actually a rule that I use constantly for myself. And the idea of it is when we say yes to one thing, it means we're saying no to something else. Kids have a hard time with this concept. Again, they don't understand consequences, especially when they are younger. They don't have a good grasp of that. So in turn, they just say yes to everything, and yes, and yes, and yes, and yes, and yes, and because I want to do it all, and they don't realize they have limitations, whether it's by time, by age, whatever the case may be. As an adult, we have a tendency to say yes to everything as well. And we know we have limitations, but we feel like we are obligated to continually say yes. So we learn to say no. So with your kids, a great strategy for this is role play, right? If you say yes to arguing with your sister, what are you saying no to? And help them figure out the consequences. Because then as time goes on, when they get ready to argue with their sister, they already know what's going to happen and what they're saying no to. And with sports, I want to do this sport. That's great that you're saying yes to that sport, and you can do that sport, but what are you going to say no to? What time are you going to give up? What other activity are you going to give up? How much time do you have to give up with your friends? Again, they don't think of it in that mindset. One of the ways to tell if you have your kids saying yes to too many things is where's their attitude by middle and end of the week. By the middle of the week, their attitude's starting to get cranky on a consistent basis. They're saying yes to too many things, and they're being overloaded. Same thing for you. Your attitude's a little out of whack by the middle of the week. You're probably saying yes to too many things as well. Think of your list. You have your list of everything you got to do for the day, for the week, for the month. And if you have that list and it's all laid out, and you're looking at that list and somebody calls you, one of your friends says, hey, can you help me out with this? Look at your list and say, what am I going to say no to? If there's nothing you can really say no to, then you have to say no to your friend. And that takes a little courage sometimes, right? But courage is a good thing. So there's this myth of you have to balance your life out. And it is a myth. Life is not a balancing act. Life is what is a priority? What is a real priority? In karate, our goal is to be a black belt. And to be a black belt, kids know that there are certain things that they are saying yes to, right? Certain number of classes they have to come to, certain knowledge requirements, very specific attitude requirement. That's what they have to say yes to, which means saying no to, I'm going to sort of do things, and I'm going to sort of go after it, and I'm going to try to do 18 other things. It just doesn't happen that way. Right? You're putting yourself through that same thing. So, like they say when you're on the airplane, in case of emergency, put your oxygen mask on first. Right now you're probably not putting your oxygen mask on nearly as often as you should. And in turn, you're not serving anybody else very well either. Have a little compassion for yourself. We have what we tell our kids for the short definition of compassion is, I'm okay, it's okay. The I'm okay part is you got to be okay with yourself to just step back and I need a break. I need to say no. All right? And then the courage to back that no up. So start thinking your way through this. Think your way through your day. Make the list. Is your list really loaded heavy? You can't say yes to everything. Think about like you're lifting weights. Put one weight on, that's one yes. Put another weight on, that's another yes. Put another weight on, that's another yes. Eventually, you either have to set a weight down or you collapse. So don't collapse this week. Put some things down and move forward and think about yes and no. And teach your child to do the same. Have a great week, and thanks for being a great parent.